Residents impacted by the flooding can find resources they need in one place. A flood resource fair is set up at the Riverside Lutheran Church in Sioux City. Representatives from FEMA, the American Red Cross, Community Action Agency, and more were on hand just this afternoon for residents to stop by and see how they can help with individual assistance. Now, if you did miss today's resource fair, there is one tomorrow. It will be held at Riverside Lutheran Church on Riverside Boulevard from 4 until 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Woodbury County was added to the presidential disaster declaration Tuesday, and that means residents impacted by the recent flooding can begin to apply for federal aid.
Since this morning, FEMA officials have been on the ground in Woodbury County meeting with county leaders. Woodbury County's emergency coordinator Mike Montino says this is the next big step in the recovery process for residents.
Is because we have that declaration, people can start their applications for FEMA, and that is going to definitely expedite the process. At the Disaster Recovery Center, there will be people there to help with those types of applications. We're also going to have FEMA personnel going door to door starting in Riverside tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, and we're excited for that. But it's much work that citizens can individually get done in their applications. The faster the process is going to move.
Montino says documentation like photos or purchase receipts, they're very important when it comes to applying for FEMA assistance. FEMA representatives will be able to walk each person through the things that they'll need.
FEMA is going to be going around, they'll be talking about more of the details of that process because it's going to be highly individualized. Understandably, everyone is in a different situation right now, and everyone is unique. So what programs they're going to be eligible for, what they might be able to do with FEMA is going to be different from person to person and household to household.
For anyone who thinks they may qualify for FEMA assistance, there are a few things you can do now to get the process started. First, go to disasterassistance.gov and fill out an application. Or you can call the FEMA hotline at the number there on your screen. You can also visit a disaster recovery center. There are 4 set up in Northwest Iowa. For residents in Woodbury County, FEMA representatives will be going door to door on those affected homes tomorrow between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. They will have an official badge and identification. Further details on FEMA assistance and how to apply can be found at ktiv.com.
Woodbury County's addition to the federal disaster declaration also opens up county residents to apply for disaster unemployment assistance through Iowa Workforce Development. That agency says county residents who lost their jobs because of the flooding can apply for that aid until August 23rd. We have the eligibility requirements and more on how to apply at ktiv.com.